It's particularly timely that we are here, a nation's top intelligence officials.
We currently face the most complex, volatile, and challenging threat environment in modern times. The risk of interstate conflict is higher than any time since the end of the Cold War, and we have entered a period that can best be described as a race for technological superiority against our adversaries who seek to sow division in the United States and weaken U.S. leadership. What has been said by the chairman and the ranking member will be reaffirmed and reflected in what I say, and so I'll try to keep this as brief as possible. We assess that Russia is likely to continue to pursue even more aggressive cyber attacks with the intent of degrading our democratic values and weakening our alliances. Persistent and disruptive cyber and influence operations will continue against the United States and European countries and other allies, using elections, as opportunities to undermine democracy, sow discord, and undermine our values. In addition to Russian actors, we will see Chinese, Iranian, and North Korean cyber actors continue to build off past successes to improve the scope and scale of their cyber capabilities. Afghan national security forces face unsteady performance. We saw the news this morning relative to North Korea. Hope springs eternal, but we need to learn a lot more relative to these talks, and we will, and the IC will continue to do every possible collection and assessment we can relative to the situation that exists in North Korea.
Well, and I agree when you said hope springs eternal. There's no reason to believe that Kim Jong Un is going to be a changed person. But I think the news last night that he's actually made a response to the message that was sent in that he's ready to negotiate, he's ready to stop his nuclear activity and testing. Do you share my somewhat optimistic view of what happened, General?
Senator, right now I don't share your optimism. That's kind of a show me. Mm-hmm. And so we'll see how this plays out. There could be a number of...
Okay, we'll write that down and we'll see who's right and who's wrong. In your prepared statement, quote, the risk of interstate conflict, including among the world's great powers.
Chairman Inhofe, Ranking Member Reed, and members of the committee.
In his State of the Nation speech, Vladimir Putin bragged about weapons that Russia has developed that can avoid our missile defense system and that can strike anywhere in the United States or, in fact, in the world, he said. Is that an accurate assessment of what we understand Russia to have developed?
So let me put the kind of his State of the Union into context. Obviously, an election year is coming up, and it was really for consumption of a domestic audience. But I will say that we're aware of the systems that he spoke about. They are in a research and development phase, and any further discussion, I'd have to go to a classified session. We could talk about those.
What are your thoughts on North Korea's perceived willingness to negotiate their nuclear capabilities?
All efforts in the past have failed and has simply bought North Korea time to achieve what they want to achieve. So I'm quite skeptical about all of this.
Russia's aggressive actions abroad over the last several years.
North Korea has to agree to not possess nuclear capability. And until that happens, we cannot have an agreement with them. And that is our position, and so we'll see what happens here. Maybe this is a breakthrough. I seriously doubt it, but like I said, hope springs eternal.
Thank you.
I want the members to be aware we do have 2 votes coming up at 11 o'clock.